Oh, a hallway.
It's far too narrow to be called one.
They found themselves in a small space outside of the wheelhouse. Hello everyone and welcome back to 999. We just went through this escape room and we're on door number 1. We're getting closer to this branch. I'm excited to see what happens here because, you know, you look at our progress so far and, you know, there's only a couple places that we haven't seen yet. And we're getting down to the end here, and I'm excited to see what happens in this mystery murder investigation with a bunch of weird stuff going on. On the left was a wooden door.
This seems to be the only route.
Yeah, let's go.
Junpei pushed it open and stepped into the room beyond. I'm expecting another escape room here.
Wow.
It was full of all manner of turn-of-the-century electronic equipment.
Well, these machines are weird. I've never seen any of them before.
Yeah, this looks like the next escape room, doesn't it?
Wait, this one is...
What is that? One small machine had a metal bar that ended in a circular handle. Ace seemed to recognize it.
Ah, yes. A telegraph key. These were used to transmit Morse code a long time ago.
He turned and slowly took in the room.
This must be the communication office.
Across the room from the door they entered through was yet another door.
And that door?
A metal plaque was nailed to it. It read,
Captain's quarters.
"Oh, the captain quarters."
That's what it says.
Then, do you think...
That Zero is inside? Ooh. Ace swallowed. Junpei could feel his hands begin to sweat. Only Clover seemed unaffected.
Well, we won't know if we don't open it.
She walked up to the door and put her hand on the knob. Oh, it opens. It opened easily, and without so much as a pause, she walked in. Junpei and Ace followed. First thing they saw. Oh my jeez. He's got a bracelet. Look, he's got a bracelet. Was a man on the floor covered in blood. Junpei felt his body seize up. His mouth went dry, and he felt very, very cold. The blood in his veins turned to a crawl, and his heart tightened like a fist.
Not again.
This was the third time he'd seen the horror of death laid out before him. He didn't think it was something he could stand to see much more of. Still, he had begun to accept that whatever it was that he saw, whatever happened to him, was beyond his control, and whatever force controlled him was driven by a determination that he could not hope to match.
Damn.
A sense of helplessness, of desperation, washed over him. It left behind a feeling of utter emptiness that warmed its way through his body, like acid. All the doubts.
No, wait. We didn't check his pulse yet. Maybe he's still alive.
I don't think so. Fueled by that spark of hope, Junpei ran to the man's body, and his heart fell. Yay. When he touched his hand to his neck,
No pulse.
his pupils had dilated and he wasn't breathing.
Well, he's dead. Damn. If only we knew how it happened.
Junpei lifted the man's already stiff body. There was a deep red wound on his chest.
These wounds. I wonder what killed him.
Junpei did not have to wonder long.
It must have been this.
Lying next to the corpse was an axe. The entire blade of it was drenched in bright red blood. From the shape of the man's wound, there could be no doubt that it had been made by the axe. Junpei looked at the body again. A lake of blood stretched out around it. It was wearing the clothes of a ship's captain, although they were stained with blood.
These clothes. A captain. Does that mean this guy was Zero?
On his left hand was a bracelet. The number on the bracelet was 0.
Bracelet Zero.
It was only then that Junpei noticed the stench of blood that filled the room. He couldn't help but laugh. There was nothing else for him to say. It was too simple, too obvious, too straightforward. If there hadn't been a dead man on the floor, Junpei might have thought it would have been a joke.
Junpei.
It may be wise to find a way out of here first.
Yeah, you're right.
So, do we find Zero? There's no way Zero is the dead captain. I mean, that guy looks like he's been dead for a long, long time, right? I mean, besides, who could have killed him? The only ones who could have killed him were us, because the only ones who came to his door, and we didn't kill him. Alright, there's a lot going on here. Let's start with the left side here first, and then we'll work our way to the right. The display is dark. I guess the power isn't on. The control panel for the electronic lock. I guess I gotta put in a passcode. Oh, shoot. I'm sorry, you guys. I forgot about the countdown. I was so engrossed in this story that I forgot to start it. There we go. Okay, so I'm about 20 seconds behind. I don't think it's just about numbers. There's a hole in the bottom of it, right there. I think you need to put a key in it first. Okay, so we need a key. Okay. What's this camera up with? Camcorder? Yeah, it looks like it's pointed at the door. Well, the power's on. Why would someone want to videotape a door? Maybe they recorded the code. I think this kind of camera records to a hard drive. But this doesn't look like this one's recording anything. What do you mean? It's just sending whatever it sees to something. What does it see? The door. It's weird. So this is the exit, huh? Don't even really have to try this door to know that it's locked. I knew it. Just one of these days, it would be nice if, like, something just opened. Sort of like that Doctor Who episode where you had all the doctors in tower trying to open a door, and then Clara just comes in and just opens it, and she's like, what, didn't any of you guys bother to check the door? There's blood on the chair. Do you think this was the dead guys? Yeah, probably. There's blood on the chair. Kind of creeped me out. It's a lamp, but it doesn't turn on. I don't think there's anything special about it. What is this? Music box? Huh? This is the strangest looking music box I've ever seen. Oh, it's one of those old music boxes. How about we wind it up? What the? Why does it sound like that? Sounds like it's broken. Is it broken? Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I just said. The pins on the cylinder are all shaped weird. I don't think those are the pins. It looks like someone put something else on top of it. I think we're gonna have to take it apart to figure out what's going on, don't you? Take it apart? How do we... I'll have to take it apart. How do we take it apart? Small table. So nothing going on with the lamp or the small table. A bed. There's nothing in it. So maybe there's something under it? Or under a sheet? Or under a blanket? Okay, I guess not. Okay, let's start with this thing down here. They look like batteries. There's a cable running from them to the monitor. Oh, okay, I can see the cables going up here. Whoa! Yo, this is something totally out of a Saw movie. There's all these cameras watching us. It's so freaky. A drawer, there's nothing inside. What the? What's the deal with this? It's some kind of code. There are 4 rows of numbers and letters. They all start with a 0 and end with 8, F, N, or B, respectively. Maybe this has something to do with number bases. New material. Oh, jeez, no. Alright, let's look at this. A numeral system chart we found in the captain's quarters. 10 and base 10 is written as A in hexadecimal. Therefore, 11 is B, 12 is C, 13 is C, 14 is E, 14 is F. Yes, we got that. The charts show the rules for each numeral system. What? But why? Okay, I'm gonna write. I'm not gonna write all of that down, but I'm gonna write like from A to whatever. So hold on. So you have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then you have the same thing, except with a 9. And then the same thing with A through F. And then the same thing with A through N. And then the same thing with A through V. A through V. Okay. Okay, it's time to look at this creepy monitor system. This one shows staircase on C deck. Oh. There's a bunch of weird buttons on here. They probably switch what you see on the screens. Do you know how to work this thing? Why don't we just press one of these? Like this one. Well, I guess it does change the... What the heck is this? 0.
Huh.
Junpei snorted with grim humor for the second time since he come into the room. The 4 screens along the bottom had a single letter each, spelling out
Zero, huh? It's like he's making fun of us. What do you think?
He turned to Clover, who was standing next to him. Clover nodded.
Nothing.
It seemed that she cared about little. Of course, Junpei could hardly blame her. I'm surprised that she hasn't like gone completely insane with losing her brother and all. Given the strain she was surely under, Junpei was somewhat surprised she had responded at all. Still, he had to ask. He gestured toward the corpse.
What about him? Do you think that's really Zero?
Clover shook her head weakly.
There's no way that's him. Didn't I tell you already? Zero is one of us.
How does she know, like, so absolute about that? Is it just because, like, you can trick your brain into thinking something if you just keep telling yourself over and over and over that this is true?
Yeah, right.
I know it's important to figure out who this guy is, but don't you think we should figure out how to get out of here first?
But...
Please, I don't want to waste any more time.
All the dots. Clover looked miserable, so she could start crying at any moment. Junpei just didn't have the heart to tell her no.
All right, sure thing.
What was his mind playing tricks on him? Junpei wondered. For a moment, he could have sworn he'd seen Clover smile. All the dots. Even more dots. Alright, let's look. There's nothing on the monitor, just static. Hey, isn't that the door on the screen? Hey, isn't the door on that screen the one right behind us? You're right. So whatever that camera sees is sent to the screen in real time. I wonder if that means something, you know? Huh. Okay. There's nothing on the monitor, just static. There's a Z on the screen. There's an E on the screen. There's an R on the screen. There's an O on the screen. This is one of those switches, what's on the side on the screen? Let's see what happens if I flip one of the switches. Nothing. Looks like it doesn't work anymore. Huh. Is there anything on the right side? No. There's like this giant door behind. I think this probably used to be a door. Nobody's going through it as long as there's metal plates here, though. Well, even with the metal plate, the desk is in the way. Yeah, that's what I said. Okay, let's go to the captain's quarters, shall we? Let's... Actually, this is another room before the captain quarters? Huh. It's an old telegraph machine. Nothing suspicious here. It's an old telegraph machine. I'll be honest, I have no idea how it works. Small screwdrivers. Huh. A set of small screwdrivers. perhaps we can use them to dismantle small devices. So basically we can use it with this. Alright, the screwdriver ought to make short work of this music box. What? It looks to be a cylinder for a music box. There are a number of pins and some piece of metal that look rather like bands attached to it. So what do we do with this? Junpei, I was thinking. These pins and this metal thing, if you look at them in 2 dimensions, don't they remind you of something? What do you mean in 2 dimensions? You mean like Morse code? Because I can see the dot and the dashes. I know that's symbolic of Morse code, right? What would the cross-section of one of these pins look like? Dot. Yeah, what about the fans? They just look like lines. Exactly. Now, you know a code that makes use of dots and lines? Code with dots and lines? Yeah, you see, that's Morse code right there. But how do we know where it starts? Oh, is it that little stub right there that tells us the starting point? So I don't know how to read this. I mean, the top is all dots. And then what's the second one? Is it dot dot dash? Or is it dot 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 dash? Or is it dash dot dot? Yeah, I don't know how to read this. Check the drawers. Ink. A bottle of ink. It's filled with ink. Some black ink. Okay. Nothing in the... There's nothing in the drawer. Nuh-uh, there's air. How old are you? 9? Okay, let's see. Can't click on anything else here, so let's turn to the left. Here's a typing machine. Let's look at the window first. Guess we can't. There's another clock. A clock mounted on the wall. The hands aren't moving. A little surprised that the time is wrong then, I suppose. And there's nothing on the back. It's just an ordinary wall clock. Well, I'm gonna write that down though. It's what, 10:09? So 10:09 on clock. Okay. Light. It looks like a pretty flower. How come all the lights look like wilted flowers? Okay, if I click that, I zoom in a lot. It looks like if I click here or click there, I zoom in. So let's look at the pipes first. Look, a hook. All the dots. That wasn't a joke. I know, man. It's a hook for hanging clothes, I think. Okay. Chair. Not much to say about chair. If I sit in it, will you let me be chairman? No. Oh. Oh, that's great. Okay, time to look closely at the desk here. Let's look to the left. Sheet of paper. Can I pick up the piece of paper? Hey, what is this? It's blank. There's nothing written on it. Okay, so we use the ink on this, right? A white piece of paper. It's blank. No, we don't. What if you wrap it up sort of like a cipher? Nope. That's not how you do it. Oh, here we go. I guess I'll put the ink on the cylinder. Dirty cylinder. Now what if I put that with the sheet of paper? Now I just gotta roll the cylinder across the piece of paper. And if I'm right, the ink should... Oh. Oh, tricky. Just as you suspected, right? Now you have a pattern of dots and lines on the paper. I imagine it's Morse code. These dots and lines are the dots and dashes of Morse code. Junpei, what are you doing? We have the Morse code message. Certainly you know what to do next. Yeah, let me write this down. So let's see, we have dot, 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 dash, dash. And then 5 dots. And then dash, 3 dots. And a dash. I mean a dot. Oh, I just wrote that backwards. I wrote that as a dot, 3 dash. Oh. You know what? Give me a second. Let me write this down and then I'll catch up with you guys. Okay, so I have correctly written this down on a sheet of paper. It's really hard sometimes when you're recording an episode and you're talking for your brain to transmit things properly to an external source. So on that third line, I wrote dot dash 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 dot instead of dash dot dot dash. Anyway, got that this time. It looks as though the drawer is the only thing that's locked. I don't see a keyhole though. An electric lock, perhaps. Take a look at the left side of the drawer. Yeah, there's some cables over there. That must mean... Okay, so we have to do something electronic with it. Okay. Hey Ace, look. It's a monkey with glasses. How on earth did you arrive at that conclusion? That's great, I loved it. It also kind of looks like someone who's been watching too much TV. To be honest, I had no idea what this thing really is. It's probably some kind of radio transmitter. Hey Ace, look. It's a model of a steam train. How on earth did you arrive at that conclusion? To be honest, I have no idea what this thing really is. Okay. Can we look at the drawer? Oh, that just takes us back that way. There's a pair of headphones on the desk. This is a really long cable. The tip is hooked into one of the gestures. Oh, I see that now. Ah, I'm an idiot. I totally overlooked that. An early telecommunications device. Most likely used to transmit a radio signal of some sort. I experimented with it earlier, but to no avail. I imagine it's broken. Okay, I guess people used this to communicate back in the day. Whatever it is, it doesn't work. Oh my gosh. Alright, I got the Morse code I'm supposed to enter. If I do this right, something will happen. I hope. Alright, let's give this a shot. Okay. Oh, they give me this sheet of paper right here. Ain't that nice? No, wait. This sheet of paper is different than the one I just looked at. No, it's not. It's the same. Okay, there we go. Easy. That's the last one, and yes. Excellent work, Junpei. Good job. You seem to have figured it out. You've unlocked the drawer. So I know that from my personal experience that the dashes are long press. So that's why I was able to do that so easily. Plus we had the code, so I mean, it would have been better if they didn't give you the code right next to it though, so you had to write it down. Just gives you, just makes you do a little bit extra work. There was something under this. A red file lay in the drawer. It's a, Alice? I can't really read it on the side. Alice? Junpei reached down and picked it up.
Looks like there's something on the cover. ALLICE.
Yeah, Alice.
But isn't it supposed to say all ice?
What do you mean, all ice?
This doesn't have a space between the L and the I.
I don't get the all ice reference. Let me write this down, Alice. I'm also going to write down all ice.
Are they saying that ALLICE is a single word?
It was an interesting thought, but it left Junpei's mind quickly as he opened the file. What laid inside was far more interesting and far more confusing. What the? It's hieroglyphics. Egyptian hieroglyphics. I'm a historian of sorts, and I know what hieroglyphics look like when I see it, and that's definitely hieroglyphics. Each page was covered with strange characters. They looked like tiny drawings of birds, snakes, insects, horned animals, wings, and even kneeling humans. There were many pages in the file, and each of these was filled with strange symbols.
What the hell is this?
He didn't realize he spoke out loud until Ace looked over at him.
They are hieroglyphs, a form of writing used in ancient Egypt.
Again, an Egyptian connection. You remember earlier how they mentioned a mummy on the original Titanic? And then we saw that coffin in that room with the nines.
Ancient Egypt?
That's right.
Can you read them?
Of course. I can't. What would make you think I could?
Yeah, I don't know if there's anyone who could read this. Unless you're a really, 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 unless you're a really, 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 I don't know how to even say this. An archaeologist doing Egyptology?
What the hell? Junpei
flipped through a few more pages. It wasn't just 1 or 2 pages that were covered in the strange symbols. Every single page was covered in them.
Whoa, the whole thing's like that.
Trying to read them was pointless. Junpei wasn't going to waste any more time with them. He made to close the file. And something fell out.
Huh? What's...
He bent down and picked it up.
Oh, a key card.
Ooh. There was a symbol on it that reminded Junpei of the symbols for the Saturn and Mercury keycards. This one, however, had a dot in the center of the male symbol.
Uranus. That's the Uranus symbol.
Junpei looked over to see Ace examining the card. In addition to the Uranus symbol, there were 3 words engraved on the card as well.
Something's written on the bottom.
Bottom Deck Library.
Bottom deck library. This must be the key to the library, then. Is the bottom deck a library?
All the dots.
Anyway, whatever. It's gonna have to wait. I can't do anything right now.
He gripped the keycard tighter and shoved it deep into his pocket. New material has been added to the file screen. Okay, let's look at this new material, shall we? Information about Alice. Title found in the communications office. It says All Ice on the Spine or Alice on the Spine. All the pages are filled with hieroglyphics from ancient Egypt. Huh? Key in the drawer? Unique key. A key with the leather case. It isn't metal. My guess would be ceramic. Junpei, have you found a keyhole that might fit? Might have, but can we go in this other door first? Junpei, what are you doing? You searched the wheelhouse from top to bottom. There's no reason to go back. In fact, don't you think it would be wise to investigate the captain's quarters? I think we ought to check both rooms, don't you? Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. I guess this isn't the captain. Oh, that's the way we came in. Oh, okay. So where is the, where's the dead captain at? I'm confused. Where's the dead captain at? Can't be in here because we can't go through here, right? I'm trying to find the captain quarters and I can't. Looks like whatever shows up on the screen behind us. So if I put my hand here in front of it, it shows up on the middle top screen back there. You got a short lifeline, Junpei. Hey, mind your own business. The control panel for electronic lock. Looks like it's got a keyhole to the bottom right. Maybe the key I got earlier. Sweet, just had to put that key in and now it's on. Junpei, look! There's a minus sign on the screen. There are 8 of them. That probably means we gotta put in 8 digits. Do you think you can figure it out? 8 digits. So I was thinking that maybe it's the Alice, where A represents 10, L represents whatever L is. But the thing is, we would need a lot more digits than 8. The control panel, it's on. There are 8 dashes on the screen. I guess I need to put in 8 numbers. Doesn't look like it lets me put in any numbers yet though. Oh, there we go. 8 digits, huh? Once I put an 8-digit number, I just press E to enter it. And if I mess up, I guess I just press C. Alright, let's give it a shot. I have no idea what to enter here. Like, seriously, I don't understand. Maybe all zeros. Nope, it's not all zeros. Huh? What's the passcode? I'm pretty sure I've searched every part of this room by now. But there's something to do with the camera. I wonder why this camera is pointed at the door. Well, the feed from it is being piped to the screens behind us. It's gotta mean something. The camera's pointed at the exit. Huh. I wonder why this screen just shows the exit. I mean, it's just a door. I know, right? The 4 on the bottom just says 0. The exit. And those 4 letters. Maybe. Oh, maybe it's the Z-E-R-O. But what's the number for Z? Is it just like 36 or 35? Hey, there's a Z on this one. But the other screens it spells 0. I wonder, why is this only one letter per monitor? If they want to say 0, they really only need to be on one monitor for that, you know? But why? Maybe. There's a reason why the letters are displayed individually? So it's not real 0, it's Z-E-R-O. Yeah, that's why I'm thinking that. That's the code. So the code here... Yeah, so we need to write this all out. So if 10 is A... You know what? I'm just going to write down every letter in the alphabet. Otherwise, I'll get this wrong. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'm pretty sure there's a mathematical way to do this. Calculating from 10 is A and then adding or subtracting. But I just went ahead and wrote 10 through 35 and then added all the letters. And based on this, Z is 35. The letter E is 14. The letter R is 27. And the letter O is 24. Aha! Yes! It worked. Good job, Junpei. But how come we couldn't, like, actually see the body of the captain and explore the captain's body? I mean, I feel like you should have been able to do that. Excellent. You seem like you have unlocked it. Good work, Junpei. All right. Let's go. Let's get out of here. Woohoo! You found it in 27.5 minutes. Well, technically more like 28, right? Thank you for watching this video. Feel free to comment on what you saw and what you would like to see next. I always love to hear your thoughts. Please be sure to like and subscribe for more. Also, please do not forget, you matter. You are brilliant and you are loved. And you should always remember to be true to yourself. Don't let the world tell you any different. Much love to you from your friendly feathered flightless bird. Till next time.